As a pastor reaching out to international students and migrants, these questions come up regularly. What about those people who've never heard of Jesus before? First, unlike humans with limited resources and knowledge, God's judgment is fair and based on individuals' motive and actions, irrespective of the knowledge of Jesus.
What about those who have never heard of Jesus? In the realm of faith and salvation, a profound question often arises. What happens to those who have never heard of Jesus Christ or the gospel? This dilemma challenges believers and non-believers alike, raising concerns about the fairness of God's judgment. In this exploration, we delve into the scriptures to unravel the principles guiding God's judgment and how individuals, regardless of their exposure to the gospel, might find salvation. Divine justice, God's righteous judgment. First and foremost, it is crucial to recognize the distinction between human judgment and divine justice. Humans, imperfect beings, judge unfairly, swayed by subjective perceptions. However, God in his divine nature judges with absolute fairness and righteousness. 1 Peter 1:17. God's judgment is impartial and based on individual actions, irrespective of their knowledge of Jesus. God's moral law. Conscience as a guide. Central to understanding God's judgment is the concept of moral law instilled in every human being. According to Romans 2:15, people are judged based on how they respond to God's law written in their hearts, known as conscience. This internal moral compass discerns right from wrong, shaping human behavior. God examines hearts and minds, assessing individuals according to their adherence to this inherent moral law. General revelation, nature as a testament. Additionally, God's judgment extends to his general revelation in nature. Romans 1:19 emphasizes that God's invisible attributes are clearly seen and understood through the creation of the world. The complexity and orderliness of the universe reflect a divine design, leaving humanity without excuse. God reveals himself through nature, making his existence evident to all. Salvation through Christ, unconscious belief. Crucially, God's judgment does not preclude the opportunity for salvation through Jesus Christ, even for those unaware of his gospel. God, in his grace, can apply the benefits of Christ's sacrifice to individuals who, guided by conscience, lead a righteous life. This principle aligns with how God saved people in the Old Testament before Jesus' crucifixion. God's boundless nature allows him to extend salvation to those who, although unfamiliar with the gospel, live according to his moral law. However, in contemplating this possibility, one cannot be overly optimistic. The scriptures caution against complacency. Humanity often forsakes the divine, crafting deities of their own making. Instead of upholding God's moral law, they descend into moral decadence. While salvation through general revelation remains a possibility, the scriptures paint a sobering picture. The path is narrow, and the number of souls who tread upon it is uncertain. The majority, ensnared by their vices, might miss the subtle cues of God's revelation. Conclusion. In the face of the perplexing question about the fate of those unacquainted with the gospel, we find solace in the profound wisdom of God's judgment. His fairness, rooted in moral law and general revelation, offers hope to all. As we navigate our spiritual journeys, let us embrace the opportunity to know God, align our lives with his moral compass, and bask in the boundless love that transcends human understanding. Remember, God's love is unconditional, and it is never too late to turn towards him.
In Romans 1:19 emphasized that God's invisible attributes are clearly seen through the creation of the world. And in Romans 2:15, people who have never heard of Jesus are judged based on how they respond to God's written law in their hearts, known as conscience. God does not exclude salvation like Abraham in the Old Testament that put their faith in God. However, one cannot be overly optimistic as humanity often forsakes the divine, crafting deity of their own making. Remember, God's love is unconditional and it's free. So if we put our faith in Jesus, it's never too late to accept his gift of salvation and sure of our salvation now. Thanks again for watching this video. If you find it useful and helpful, please share with your friend, like it, and subscribe, and I'll see you soon.